guys, welcome to day 7 of the IMF lockdown challenge. I am Nick, I'm a biokineticist, and today I am going to be taking you through a foot and kinetic chain workout. Why the foot? Well, later on today we're going to have our podiatrist Nelfrey Kemp come on board and do a live video on foot mechanics and running shoes and all of that. So I think what better day to actually throw in some foot strengthening exercises. From my perspective as a biokineticist, I personally believe that foot deconditioning, that meaning weakness of the muscles of the foot, is probably the number one cause to all runners' problems. Generally based on wearing shoes, closed shoes all day long, not staying grounded, not walking around barefoot enough, but doing any exercises that actually strengthen up the feet. That's one of our major issues. So with today's exercises, I'm looking to try and counteract that and also give you a little bit over and above as a runner, things that you want to focus on to work on the kinetic chain. Kinetic chain is a word that we use quite often, quite loosely, but it's basically how your muscles join up together to allow you to perform one fluid movement. And as a runner, you need muscles to work together in combination in order to allow you to propel forward and decrease your chances of injury. So without any further ado, I'm just going to start going over the workout. What you are going to need is skipping rope. If you don't have a skipping rope, not a problem, I'll talk around that. Some sort of band, whether it's a loop band, a long TheraBand, it can also be a towel or anything that's a little bit stretchy. Use anything you can. And then some water bottles, 5-litre water bottles. If you have a barbell or a bar that you can actually use to do some exercises, I will speak about that. But home exercises, barbell or bag of rice, anything that's pretty heavy. And then a step of some sort. I'm going to utilize the ledge at the end of the bush over here. And yeah, you're also going to probably want a mat if you're going to be doing it on a hard floor. But I suggest trying to do this on a soft surface like your grass if you have access to that. So to warm up, it's quite simple. I'm not going to demonstrate it, but it's going to be 100 skips. And I'll go into the mechanics of the skip that I want you to do after I speak a little bit about the foot and the foot exercises. So 100 skips warms you up, gets the heart rate going. We're then going to be going over a round of 4 exercises. You're going to be doing 4 sets of these exercises, and I'll put the reps up on the WhatsApp page and the website. But essentially, it's going to go foot doming exercises, toe resistance exercises. We're then going to be going on to some heel dropping exercises, and then the last one is the foot taps that we're going to be doing. Now, what is the foot doming? So it's a common term that I use, but it's essentially trying to engage the medial arch of your foot. So a lot of people complain of having dropped foot, and I'm going to ask the camera to come a little bit closer to my foot, just so you can see exactly what I mean. What I want you to try and be able to do is take the joint of your big toe, excuse the big toe, it's quite gnarly, I am a runner, bring the toe joint closer towards your heel without lifting your toes up. So what I mean by that, it's this movement here. Can you notice how I am creating a bigger arch of my foot and how much shorter my foot is getting? I'm not curling my toes into the floor, I'm pulling my foot in through this. You're going to feel quite a lot of tension over here. Now the exercise, the foot doming exercise, I want you to do 12 repetitions. And you're simply going to hold that position. Now there's many different progressions, but if you're able to stand, hold on to something, and just create that arch. So on the side, create the arch. Hold it for 3 seconds, relax. Create the arch. Hold it for 3 seconds, relax. You're going to feel the underside of your foot is starting to work quite hard. Remember, you're not curling your toes, you're just bringing the inside of your foot towards the heel. Right, then for your resisted movement, you're going to come down to a mat. You're going to take a band or anything that can add some resistance, and you're going to put it around your big toe. Guys, the big toe is one of the important parts or joints of your body that allows you to propel yourself forward more functionally. So what you're going to do with that band is you're going to pull the toe, and then with your own toe muscles, you're going to be pulling away from the band. You're going to try and isolate the big toe. So you don't want all the other toes to work, just the big toe must work. pull down and slowly back. You'll notice I don't want you to move the ankle. The ankle must stay quite still. The curl simply comes from the big toe. Just come a little bit closer there. Big toe curl. I'm trying very hard not to get the other feet to work. And I hold it for a couple of seconds and I bring it back. Guys, these exercises look easy, but foot strength is going to be a huge weakness for most of you. And you're going to actually find out how hard your feet need to work actually. Alright, the next exercise we're going to be going on to is, just careful, the heel, the foot taps. Okay, so in terms of the foot taps, I prefer to do these in a seated position. You have much better control. I don't have anywhere that I can show you the seated position around me here, but for a standing position, all I want you to do is, you're actually going to be doing quite a lot of repetitions. It's 30 repetitions, and you're just going to be tapping the forefoot into the ground. 30 taps as fast as you can. You're trying to spend as little time on the floor as possible. You're going to feel quite a bit of a burn in the front of the foot, and again, those muscles on the lower leg often are responsible for controlling your foot. From that movement, you're going to go on to some heel drops, and these, yes, look like calf raises, but the heel drop is the important part. Come here. The reason why it's important is I don't want you to just pump up and down into a calf raise. I want it to be a heel drop. So even in this position here, I'm trying to engage the dome of my foot, and then slowly, 4 or 5 seconds, allowing my heels to drop down. I'm then moving up pretty fast, slowly dropping down, up pretty fast. I am working on my big toe. So if I had to show you on a single leg, I'm still engaging that dome of my foot. I'm still trying to create the arch, and I'm trying to maintain that arch as I drop down and as I push up. I'm not allowing my foot to drop and become extremely weak. Alright guys, that's the first set of exercises. The camera is just rolling over everything here. Okay, from here, we're then going to go on to the next set of exercises. And having spoken about the reaction forces with the ground, I want you guys to understand that the way the foot works and the way it reacts with the ground is very important as a runner. And often when you're putting yourself in big bubbly shoes, you're not allowing the muscles of the foot to work correctly. This is the skipping rope from doom right now. It's not allowing us to do anything. So the muscles of the foot are extremely weakened, and it's quite important. I can't do this.
Explain for people who don't have a skipping rope.
I have to show you. There you go. Alright. Oh, there's a big knot in the middle. Okay, here we go guys, sorry about that. Okay, so what I'm looking for when you're skipping is, I don't want you to take big jumps. So I don't want you to jump extremely high. That's teaching you nothing as a runner. What you're trying to work with is the movement coming from the ankle, so reacting off the ground as fast as you can. And if you look at the difference now, I'm keeping my legs straight, I'm bouncing off the foot. I am not spending too much time on the ground, and I'm spending a lot more time bouncing instead of doing this movement here. So try and keep your legs as straight as you can and try and react off the floor. That's the cardio component of the next round. It's 50 skips in between the next exercises, which is going to be a single leg bridge with an up and down movement, a deadlift, and then the last one, two more, runner squats, and then the last movement is a side plank with a leg lift. So let me demonstrate the single legged bridge for those of you that aren't very sure. Single legged bridge looks like this. You're going to be lifting one leg up into the air. You're going to be lifting your hips straight up. Core is engaged. After the talk that I did, you imagine like you're pulling your heel in towards you, so your hamstring is firing. You're not allowing your hip to drop, your hip stays nice and level. Core is engaged, slowly drop, lift up, slowly drop, lift up. What I don't want to see is using your left leg to throw your body up. Your left leg does absolutely nothing. Stay still, you drive up through the glute, through the hamstring, slowly down. Glute, hamstring, slowly down. That's a single-legged bridge. If it's too difficult for you, find you cramp straight away, you could do it with both your legs on the floor. Same movement applies, it's just a hell of a lot easier. If you want to make it harder, you put your foot on a step or something that's a little bit higher. Guys, the deadlift, I'm going to be grabbing both water bottles. If you want to, you can just do it with one. If you want to, you can just do it with a broomstick. It doesn't have to be any heavy. You're going to do 15 repetitions, and I'm just going to demonstrate from the side because the core is extremely important to a deadlift. So if I just show you with one water bottle, holding this directly below my body, shoulders are set, core is tight. The 1 to 6 that I demonstrated in my core video. You maintain that as you send your bum backwards. Slight kink in the knees, but not deadlocked, but not bending. The movement is coming from the hips, sending my hips back. My back stays nice and straight. I'm lowering this. I'm starting to feel a nice stretch in my hamstrings. My back is absolutely fine. There's no tension on it. My core is secure. I'm dropping this to about mid-shin, and I'm driving back up. If you notice, that drive comes through the glute. It's a glute drive, guys. That's where we get all of our power from, especially if we're runners. Drive through the glute. I don't want to see hyperextension. Okay, that means that you're turning off your core. So if my core position is here, I'm dropping down, I'm coming back up to that core position. That's the deadlift. Obviously, the harder you make it, the heavier you have to go. You can also do more repetitions. You can also go lighter if you wanted to. There are different types of deadlifts. For this specific movement that we're doing here, we're not going to delve into it any deeper. I'm then going to be going over a runner's squat. The reason why I call it a runner's squat is because it's again engaging your entire kinetic chain. This one really burns all the muscles. So let's think about it. The foot, I'm going to be balancing on a single leg. The foot is engaged, that arch is activated, all my lower leg muscles are working. My core is tight. I'm sending this leg backwards, so it's essentially a quarter squat on this leg. The leg that goes backwards, that very same arm goes forward. So I'm letting it go forward. From here, what's engaging? My right bum cheek is controlling what my knee does. My foot is still engaging. If it wasn't, everything would fall in. So I maintain that engagement, my core is tight. I drive up. I slowly drop, I drive up. If it's too advanced for you, hold on to something and do it. If you are more advanced, you can go onto a single leg, hop up, drop down, hop up, drop down, up, down. You'll start to feel how that movement comes from your glutes. The last one, guys, is a little bit of core, including a little bit of glute firing and movement. You're going to be on a side plank. You're going to drive the hip up. From this position, keeping the core nice and tight, driving the hip up to the ceiling, pulling the elbow in. That gets the core engaging. I lift this leg up. From here, I do a simple running movement. Knee up, all the way back. Knee up, all the way back. I'm not rotating at my hip. I'm not letting this leg go all over the place. It's a very controlled movement, guys. So I want you to practice all of these movements in a controlled state. If that's too difficult, all you do is you just hold yourself up into a side plank and try and lift the leg up and down. All right, guys. The importance of these exercises, remember, comes down to the foot. That is today's theme, essentially. So focus on maintaining that foot control, creating that arch. Think about the muscles of the feet and how important they are, and try and perform a little bit more balanced type exercises throughout the day, especially if you spend a long time sitting and if you spend a long time in hard shoes throughout your work day. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the workout. We are going to go live tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. So I hope to see you all in the morning. All right, cool. Have a good day.